Ready to get married. I'm tired.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with another video. Now, recently, rapper, actor David Banner, he was interviewed and was asked a couple questions, and he decided to answer stating that he is ready to be married at the age and stage that he is in his life currently. And we're going to go ahead and get into everything that he said within that interview, as well as a lot of the comments from women after he said this, and this clip was posted onto social media.
Ready to get married. I'm tired. I want to find my wife, have some kids. Like, we chase all of these esoteric goals, and sometimes we look back and we left the things that really matter.
So as you can see, David Banner, he spoke about his personal feelings, right? He spoke about, him being 50 years old. He is no longer out here trying to play the field. He has accomplished a lot of goals. He's, done a lot of things, been a lot of places, like so many different things. And just the point that he's in right now, he no longer wants to just date, just to date. He actually wants to be intentional about who it is that he's dating, as well as the fact that he does want to actually have children.
I looked up one day, I had all of the music accolades, the film accolades, not all the ones that I want, but a lot of them. I had accomplished my goal. I had chased my goal so long that when I looked up, I saw that I ran off and left everything else.
Now, for those of you who do not know, David Banner is 50 years old, and he, at the moment, has absolutely no children, right? 0 children. And I thought this was very interesting because, he talked about the fact that he got to the space where he was by basically not being a human being.
So, we forget to be human beings, and people don't allow us to be human beings.
Which is, you sacrifice so much, you turn on your blinders to get the work done, to get the business done. You miss out on so many family functions, so many different things, just to be able to accomplish the things that you're trying to accomplish, your purpose or the things that make you so happy. And then after accomplishing those things, sometimes you are then in a space where you're like, man, I also want to accomplish this, or I also did not get to do that. And so now I want to do those things. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like, he made it a point, even with a continuation of the interview that he did, he spoke with TMZ, and, it was more about legacy for him. Right? So he was saying that, to accomplish all of these things and to do all of these things, win awards or whatever the case is, garner a certain amount of wealth, and then not have a legacy that can carry on, whatever it is that you are working on after, you are, unable to be able to do so. He felt like is a little bit of a letdown.
I've always wanted children, bro. I've always been one of the few people, bro, that wanted a family. And all those things. And I've gotten just about everything else I wanted in my life, except those things that really matter, bro. And if I die and don't have children, bro, I think I failed the reason why we're here to exist.
So again, I personally don't believe that there's anything wrong with anything that David Banner is saying. I think that most women say that they want a man who is, financially stable. They want a man who doesn't have all these kids running around. They want a man who is intentional about dating. They want a man who's got it kind of all figured out. This is what women say that they want. But then ironically, in the comment section of this post on social media, women were saying quite the contrary about David Banner. Okay? A lot of these women were saying things like, he spelled home health aid wrong. They're saying that to actually make it seem as though, he needs a helper to help him around the house because he's old. Now, let me tell you what I don't understand. If you say that a woman who is 50 years old is old, women will drag you for filth. They will talk about, what are you talking about? 50 is the new 30. They will tell you all of the above. But then when a man is 50 years old, miraculously, he's all of a sudden a grandpa. It's over for him. The show is over. And I think that a lot of these women who make these comments forget that men do not have a wall. As much as women would like the playing field to be even, it's not and never will be. The same way that a man can impregnate 100 women at one time, where 100 women are literally pregnant by this man's sperm, and a woman can only get pregnant once in a 9-month, 12-month span, there's differences, right? And we just have to be honest about the fact that there are differences, and that's just what it is. You know, he is going to have the ability to even garner a wife that is maybe 20 years old, 22, 24, 23, that doesn't have any children, that looks amazing, that's, you know, maybe in her prime. Okay? And that's just the reality of the difference between men and women, because he does not have a clock. As long as all of his bodily functions are working normally, which most of the time, you know, unless there's something detrimental that happens, that is usual for men. Hence why Robert De Niro had a baby at like 80 years old. We got to be honest about it. There was another comment that I saw that said, when men wait until their late 40s and 50s to get married, that means they just found out about their health issues. Now, the reason why, again, I have to disagree with that is because, you know, when a man is on his purpose for real, and this is the thing that I don't understand, right? He's obviously protected his image. We've never seen me personally, I ain't never seen nothing crazy come out about David Banner. I don't know if you guys have, I have not. I've never heard his name in the media, you know, told that he's been doing crazy stuff. You know, I never heard anything about that. He's kept a low profile. He's focused on his businesses. He's helped a lot of charities. Like, he's definitely stayed like low key and out of the way. Maybe he's had different relationships, but have they been majorly publicized? No, they haven't. So for him now to be openly saying like, oh yeah, this is something that I want to do at this, you know, age and stage in the game that I'm in right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything wrong with him. It could just be that he had an epiphany that, wait, I really do want to do this. And I have all the functions to be able to do so. He got the houses. He got the finances. He probably has the time now. Like, he's capable. A lot of the women who are talking about him now, when he was in his 20s and 30s, maybe if he would have married you at that time, or maybe if he would have gotten married at that time, maybe it would not have lasted because he was not emotionally or mentally ready for it. There's more comments. Okay, so we're going to get into the rest of the comments. The next one said, these dudes be ready to get married when their you-know-what starts malfunctioning. Again, this is a delusional comment. This is a delusional comment because I think that a lot of women who talk about these things, they talk about them either very ignorantly or they're purposely saying these things because, again, they want to level up and they want it to be the you know, that they can go tit for tat with men. When men said that women hit the wall, they want to be able to say that men also hit the wall. And they don't want to believe that there's a possibility that men actually don't have one. But you know, to start saying that his, you know what, is quote unquote malfunctioning at the age of 50, I think a quick Google search would have been able to suffice to let you know that that is not the reality. Okay. I think that, you know, a lot of women have a very hard time understanding that just because you cannot procreate or have children after a certain time, that does not stop anybody's show when it comes to men. Men, again, as long as they are healthy, fit, got whatever it is that they're going on, they can be well into their 50s and 60s. And everything is working fine. And if there is some kind of like abnormality or some kind of dysfunction that is linked to some kind of illness, that could happen as early as in their 20s. So that the age part really don't got nothing to do with it. It just has to do with the health of the person. With women, it's a very different ballgame. You do have situations where women are able to procreate at certain ages, but most of the time, if it is your first child, you have a higher risk the older that you get. Don't blame me, blame science. Okay? That don't got nothing to do with me, blame science. Next comment says, the story of their life. Wait until they're old and ran through to settle down. Have someone's daughter be their caregiver. I bet he doesn't want a 50-year-old wife. Now, let me tell you something. Again, a lot of this is hateration, holleration in the dancery. And it's all coming from women who are just scorned, right? These are all women who are upset because of the things that they have been told about their age and the wall and their choices, and, you know, because they have children or because they've slept around and they've had like multiple children, and then, you know, the effects of what that's going to have on their life. And so a lot of them are just projecting their own feelings onto this man based off of their own realities. Okay. And that's just like the truth of the situation. However, you know, what I find very interesting is that this is normal for men, right? It is very normal, especially in other cultures, for men to focus on their careers, focus on getting a certain, garnering a certain amount of wealth before ever inquiring about even trying to find a wife. A lot of men sometimes in their 20s and 30s, you know, they're still trying to figure things out. They're still trying to get to a certain level of business, but he is at a space in life where he's actually has a lot of stability. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think, again, the major problem that a lot of these women are having is because they know for a fact that if David Banner goes out there looking for a wife, he is able to obtain a woman who is maybe 30 years his junior, who looks good, and will give these women in his age bracket a run for their money, and they can't stand the fact that men have the ability to do that. And what did I say before? Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at David. Take it up with science, okay? Take it up with just the logistics of nature. It's not the same thing when it's on the woman's end. And you know why? Because the man is the one who is in control of marriage. Women only talk about, oh, well, you know, a man is ran through, or, oh, you know, he had to pick a lot. Oh, after he done been with everybody, now he want to find a wife. Women do not care about that. So I'm not even going to believe those comments. I think I saw a comment that a woman said, oh, we need to do them how they do us. And that's what it's reeking. It's reeking that you're just trying to regurgitate the things that men have said to other women. But women genuinely do not care if men have slept with a lot of women. I know they like to pretend to, but the body count thing is more of a woman thing. Because when a man is with a woman, he does not want to know that everybody had you and has seen your sacred space or even been there. With a man, it's a different thing. Why do you think that, you know, girls are fangirls or groupies, and they see these people who have, you know, been with whoever many people? Do you think that they care about that? No, they just want to be an option too. So they can miss me with the whole, you know, after he done been ran through. A man cannot be ran through, because a man is the runner. A man is the runner, the track star. Okay, so he can't be the one that's ran through. But again, I think it's interesting to see that women always talk about how they want a wholesome man. They want a man who's intentional. They want a man who don't have a lot of kids. You know, they don't want a man who's going to be a baby daddy, you know, who got all these baby mamas, you know, especially after the Cam Newton interview. You know, when he had the interview with Dr. Cheyenne.
So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
And, you know, a lot of women were like, yes, we need to call out this behavior in the black community. And here you have a man who's a part of the black community who does not have baby mamas running around, who has literally stayed under the radar, who is now saying that he is ready to get married and have children. And now they're trying to bash him, make fun of him, and shame him for it. So if he goes somewhere else, I don't want to hear it. Okay? If he goes somewhere else to find somebody to be happy with, I don't want to hear the foolishness. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.